Today we are reviewing a Frugal Living article, 12 Frugal Living Hacks to help you save more money. I feel like these are the basics, the fundamentals of frugal living. So today we'll see if I actually fit in this frugal box and if we can learn something along the way. If you're new around here, welcome. I'm Lena. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It would do me a huge favor. And let's get right into it. Choose quality over quantity. I am all over this one. And I'm so glad this made the list because I'm always talking about this, that cheap things can actually cost you more money over time. So let's take shoes, for example, because I love buying shoes. If I buy an expensive pair of nice, high quality leather boots, let's say, I did this 10 years ago and they lasted me 10 years. So I wasn't replacing my shoes every single year or every other year because they were breaking or the soles weren't working or it didn't actually fit my feet. So in the long run, I'm saving money by choosing quality. 2, prioritize value over price. This is such an interesting list because when we're thinking frugal tips, we're often thinking don't spend any money, spend the least amount in every single case forever. So this one is all about shopping in bulk if it's a good deal. Sometimes shopping in bulk is not a good deal, so you really have to watch your numbers, but we really need to understand what will last us longer and what will be cheaper. Their example in the article is if you have an option to pay for some sort of subscription that you know that you're going to use and need, and they have a yearly option which is cheaper than the monthly option. Even though the yearly option is more money up front, you might be choosing that one. 3, use credit wisely. I love the way that they phrase this. They didn't say never use a credit card. They're just saying be careful, pay off your credit card every single month. Don't rack up a bunch of debt on your credit card. Check to make sure your credit score is healthy and your credit utilization is in balance. And credit utilization just means that if you have a credit limit of $10,000 every month, you don't go up to $10,000 because that can look bad on your credit score. So you're only using about $3,000 on that credit card each month. Declutter regularly. This is about knowing what you have so that you're not buying extra. And I would throw in there, and you get some peace from this. There's nothing like being overwhelmed with clutter and things that you don't know where they belong and you don't really need. You could also institute that one in, one out clothing rule. If you're buying something, I guess you better get rid of something. I'm not very good at this. I'm kind of in that mothering phase where there's a lot of changes going on and my clothing needs change a lot. So I kind of have too many clothes, but at the same time, this is the phase of life I'm in. So sometimes this works, sometimes not as well. 5, use a budget to guide your spending. They waited till number 5 to bring out the budgeting word, but this is just facts. If you do not have a budget that you regularly keep track of where your money is going, your financial progress is going to be seriously stifled. Money just loves to run away, and there are so many cool, exciting things to buy, especially if you have kids. You know the impulse control on buying things for your kids is low. But if you know you have a certain amount that you've set aside to spend on for your kids or their clothes or the fancy new learning tools, whatever it is, then you can still make that financial progress. 6, know the difference between needs and wants. I kind of put this in the same anti-fun category as budgeting, but also essential. There are so many things purchased that are really more about wants than needs, but defining that is difficult and so unique to each person. So this is why we really need to have some soul searching about what is actually a need. You may feel like you need Amazon Prime because when you need to order something, you must have it soon. But really, that's not really a need. At least for me, it's definitely a want. And I love the Amazon Prime shipping. Don't get me wrong, but I do not actually need that. So if I am intensely paying off debt, I'm cutting it. 7, be a savvy consumer. The things they put down here are not exactly what I'm directly thinking. I'm thinking about not getting fooled by advertising or getting pulled into all of those deals and traps, but they're talking about watching out for warranties that you might have, seeing if you can get things price matched, and taking advantage of coupons and discounts. Now, I love a good coupon, but we also have to think about the time it takes to find and use that coupon. Yes, of course, I always do a quick Google search for coupons before I buy a big ticket item, but it's even more important that you get your money back when you're returning something, especially like a big ticket item. We just did this with Amazon. It was a total bummer and it took months to get our money back, but we bought this AC unit and it was broken and then the seller didn't want to give us our money back. So we had to keep calling and being very persistent. Well, my husband did, thanks, so that we could actually get our money back. And that is super important, especially on those big ticket items, and not just giving up because the return process, the refund process is difficult. I mean, if the item was $5, not worth the effort. But those big ticket items, you might really have to fight to get your money back. 8, prioritize your values. I love this because this is not just about how are we saving and and saving and saving. It's about how are we spending money in a way that's valuable to us. So it doesn't really do you any good to be super, super frugal and save all the money if you don't have a goal and you don't have something that you are looking forward to or excited about. So if your goal is to travel more, maybe you live in a very small place and you live very small and you save money so carefully so that you can travel and you can take weeks off at a time to do that. That's about spending to your values, not just about saying, I wonder if I could save more money than the person across the street. 9, audit your spending and bills annually. I would love this even more if it said every 6 months. I love automatic savings. I love automatic investings. Everything that you can get on autopilot, yes, do that. But we need to review so that we can see which things could we beef up a little bit. Do we really love this phone plan? Do we really love this insurance? Could we get a better deal somewhere else? Is it going to be going up soon and we need to start thinking about other options? We just need to reevaluate everything to see, is this still aligned with our values? 10, create boundaries for yourself. If you are a serial shopper, you definitely want to set up some safeguards to keep you from overspending. Part of my safeguard system involves having fund money. I have a set amount and then I spend it however I please until it's gone. And then when it's gone, I have to stop spending. Another strategy is to make a rule that you have to let things sit in your Amazon cart for 24 hours before you buy it. And if you forget about it, then you just take it out of the cart. 11, learn grocery shopping strategies. I think it's useful for everyone to go through kind of an obsessive grocery savings era. We definitely did that, which means, I know the cheapest vegetables. I know that I can save this much money if I buy cheese now instead of later. I know how much this item normally costs, so I can spot a good deal. Or I know how much per ounce I should be expected to pay for meat. Now, I don't want to be obsessive about this forever, but it's such a good skill to learn so that just like some basic things, you're like, okay, this week we only have $100 to spend on groceries. We're at the end of the month. And then, that super saver brain kicks in and you're like, okay, we're going to get these things and that's going to cost about this much. Perfect. 12, buy used items before new. I'm kind of finding this to be a mixed bag at my point in my life, especially as my kids get older and they are rougher on all their clothes. I'm finding that if I buy used clothes, they just wear out of them so fast that it's not actually worth the time and the effort to go to Goodwill 500 times to try to find them a pair of pants or something like that. But there are some things that definitely last more than one person, like a bike or baby items. So I just want to be strategic about my time and the longevity of the item. What things do you find that are not worth buying used? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.